Local news leader celebrating 65 years of keeping you informed. Home of the live Storm Tracker Doppler and voted by you as the best newscast in the Arklamas. This is NBC 10 News at 6.
Coming up on your weather station, a deadly shooting in Monroe. Now investigators are searching for answers. And an update tonight on West Monroe's boil advisory. Plus, a new group of people in Louisiana and Arkansas now eligible to receive the COVID-19 vaccine. Thanks for joining us on your weather station. I'm Christina Jensen. Topping our news at 6 tonight, a double shooting in Monroe has killed one person and injured another. Monroe police officers are currently following up on leads, trying to get more information. Police say this shooting happened last night right before 7:30. When officers arrived at this house on Standifer Avenue, they found two people who had been shot. One person who has not been identified was taken to a hospital and treated for their injuries. The other person, 38-year-old Marvin Lewis, died at the scene. The police department says it needs more information on this case, and they're asking the public to call them if you have any details. You can also call Crime Stoppers and remain anonymous. That number is on the bottom of your screen. And in West Monroe, deputies also responded to a shooting last night. This one happened in the area of South 2nd and Ludwig. Deputies say 3 people were injured in this shooting. All of them were taken to the hospital for their injuries. And also in West Monroe, this man, William Barr, is now facing drugs and weapons charges. He's currently sitting in the Washita Correctional Center. Deputies say an anonymous tip led them to the 100 block of Barr Lane, where they found 5 grams of suspected meth and 10 guns in the living room, as you see pictured there. Deputies say Barr told them the drugs and guns belonged to him after he waived his Miranda rights. And a boil advisory has been lifted for the city of West Monroe, and this is effective immediately. But there's still a long list of water companies who have issued boil advisories that still remain active. We have the full list on our website, myarklamas.com. In addition, there are 2 water companies that have not yet restored water to their customers. And in news across the country, Tiger Woods, one of the biggest names in golf, was hospitalized today after an apparent rollover car crash in Southern California. Woods is currently in surgery, and we are learning that he was on his way to meet Drew Brees and other celebrities for a production shoot. NBC's Dan Shanneman has more details.
The scene is grim, a vehicle well off the road and on its side. The front of the vehicle mangled. The LA County Sheriff's Department released a statement which said it responded to a single rollover collision just after 7 a.m. local time. The department said the vehicle sustained major damage. The driver and sole occupant identified as PGA golfer Eldrick Tiger Woods. The statement says he was extricated from the wreck with the jaws of life and taken to a local hospital. Woods' agent Mark Steinberg told ESPN his client suffered multiple leg injuries and is undergoing surgery. Golf Digest reports he was in California for a 2-day content shoot with the magazine after hosting an event over the weekend. The 45-year-old Woods has been recovering from back surgery. Dan Shanneman, NBC News.
And moving on to news surrounding the COVID-19 vaccine, the fight continues to get more people vaccinated, with many vaccinations delayed during last week's winter storm. Jay Gray has a look at what's happening across the country tonight.
As mass vaccination sites come back online, by midweek, 6 million doses delayed by winter storms should be available for use. Still, across the country, hundreds of thousands who want and need the vaccine are unable to get shots.
We still have way insufficient supply to meet current demand.
This morning, a House committee heard virtual testimony from drug manufacturers about plans to step up production.
We need to get more doses more quickly into people's arms.
Pfizer and Moderna promising a major increase in deliveries over the next 5 weeks.
We expect to increase the number of doses available from approximately 4 to 5 million doses per week at the beginning of February to more than 13 million doses per week by the middle of March.
Johnson & Johnson could receive emergency use approval for its single-dose vaccine as early as the weekend, and 2 other drug makers are working toward approval. More medicine to help fill the overwhelming need. With many states now targeting rural and, to this point, underserved communities.
getting this in a place where we need to be, where everybody has access to getting a vaccination.
The best shot for millions to stay healthy.
The headline on the newspaper said that we had reached the 500,000 mark of people dying from COVID-19. So it means life.
A lifeline that continues to be stretched to its limits. Jay Gray, NBC News.
President Biden is promising 600 million doses of the vaccine will be available to anyone who wants a shot by the end of July. And in Louisiana, a new group of people can now get the COVID-19 vaccine. They include K-12 teachers and staff, pregnant people, and those with certain health concerns. Schools in East Baton Rouge Parish say they opened a vaccine appointment request form on Friday. The following Monday, schedulers started contacting employees to schedule those appointments. The district expects about 1,300 teachers to sign up. In Arkansas, a new group of people will now be able to get the vaccine as well. The state is now saying people who are 65 and older are eligible to receive it. This change will now allow 115,000 new people to get the vaccine in the state. So far, more than 500,000 people have received the 2 doses. And in terms of vaccines available, the state has about 800,000. And continuing coverage tonight on Black History Month. El Dorado is rich with Black history, and tonight, one man is telling us why. NBC 10's Gabrielle Pfeiffer spoke with him about how he hopes to bring life to the Black community once again.
There's a lot of Black history on this street, and if you don't already know about it, it may be hard to even imagine it.
Yeah, during the 50s and 60s, First Baptist flourished, Liberty Street flourished. It was a good time.
What you see now used to be the premier spot for African Americans to hang out. Most people know it as the St. Louis area. It was filled with Black-owned hotels, doctors' offices, theaters, restaurants, clubs, and other businesses, bringing out the most popular names in the entertainment industry.
B.B. King, Little Milton, Ike and Tina Turner.
But what it was really known for was just the camaraderie amongst the people. Blacks supported each other. The money that went into businesses in turn benefited students to go to college. Ralph Smith saw how magical the times were despite the hardships. But after integration, he says things on the Strip weren't the same.
We kind of deserted everything that we owned to go and be like Mike, so to speak.
Can we get back to the flourishing times in the Black community? Smith says there's no doubt, but we have to build our own economy and take ownership.
You can't build a community if we don't have enough businesses. So just got to be more business oriented and not job oriented. And there are many people who work in jobs who have the expertise, the knowledge, but they're doing it for somebody else.
Reporting in El Dorado, I'm Gabrielle Pfeiffer.
And for years, people in El Dorado have been asking for a fun place to go, and their request has finally been granted. That's because the Excalibur Family Entertainment Center just opened in the town today. Now, this new venue features a wide variety of fun activities for all ages. Many say it's a win for El Dorado since most people have had to travel pretty far to have some fun. Excalibur will be open Monday through Friday from 11 to 8, and on the weekends, they will close at 11 p.m. And the Louisiana Purchase Gardens and Zoo has confirmed 73-year-old Shirley, an Asian elephant, has passed away. Shirley was sick, and the decision was made to euthanize her on Monday. The Monroe Zoo took Shirley in after she was injured in a fire. Officials say the circus contacted multiple zoos to take her in, but our zoo was the only one that said yes.
Visitors aren't allowed at the elephant sanctuary, but they did allow Solomon to visit her some time ago on Shirley's birthday. They said, we can't take you to her, we can't promise you anything, but we can take you close to where she was behind this fence, and what happens after that happens. But apparently, Shirley saw him and came to Solomon.
And Shirley arrived in Monroe in 1976. She was taken to an elephant sanctuary in Tennessee in 1999. Coming up next on your weather station, the IRS is making a new exemption for people in Texas. We'll tell you what it is and what's behind the change. Plus, despite this pandemic and job losses, are online sales on the rebound? We'll take a look at the numbers in 2020.
Sunshine will be replaced with clouds slowly but surely as we go through the day tomorrow, and along with that, eventual rain chances. But those are going to be a little bit more delayed. Could be setting up for an unsettled weekend, though. Forecast is NBC 10 News at 6 continues.
Well, the Arklamas looked like a winter wonderland.
Road conditions, again, less than ideal. Stay home if you can.
Road conditions were anything but wonderful. The NBC 10 News team worked day and night to bring you critical information, alerting you of road closures, businesses that were still open, and power outages. It takes more than just 4 people to cover weather like this. It takes a dedicated team proud to call themselves your weather station. NBC 10 News.